Okay. A lot of you people wanted to know about Bugsy's sword, and a lot of you wanted to know. I either mentioned this before or mentioned it in a live event about Team H, about Gibbs' sword, but either or, you guys wanted to find out about it, a little bit more about Gibbs. Okay. First, I want to talk about a little bit about the rivalry between Bugsy and Gibbs. Now, when I really just wrote their rivalry, there's like two iterations. One goes to the Mock-Off version, and the other one goes to the Team H version. But let me go with the Mock-Off version because that's kind of different. Okay. See, in the Mock-Off version, why he hates Gibbs is because he did something that Bugsy can never really truly forgive him for. So that's why he always kind of hates him. He knows that he's trying to be a good brother and knows that he's remorseful for what he's done, but Bugsy just won't let him, won't say, it's not your fault, because technically it really was his fault. It was his thirst for power that started all this. Okay, but to the Team H version, I find this one very interesting, kind of a little bit relatable to other people. Okay. But, Gibbs is the big brother to Bugsy. And, Gibbs, like Bugsy, to Zan and Ansakamaru and Harima, Gibbs was always seen like the perfect in everything. Now, Bugsy, he was also perfect, but everybody always compared him to Gibbs, and he hated that. He hated that so much. He just, couldn't really take it all the time. And then when the planet exploded, Bugsy, Harima, and Ansakamaru and Zan got away. But I think when I wrote it, Gibbs actually kind of got away in his own way. Bugsy kind of hates him because he's, basically how he puts it. It was in the Gygas Saga, the one they wouldn't let me upload. Thanks, YouTube. Thank you a lot. Thanks. Thanks, YouTube. Just thanks. That he goes, "You're so perfect. I know you can fight Gygas all by yourself because you're so perfect." Yes, this is actually a bit of dialogue that was going to be in it when I started doing Bugsy's lines without text dialogue. He basically goes, "You're so perfect. You don't need Team H. You could probably take this all by yourself. Perfect." And then it's freaking Gibbs, and I love this part. He slaps him and says, "I wasn't always so perfect, and you know this. So I don't even know why we're even fighting. You should be fighting Gygas." Okay. And now, and I'm going to write it. It's going to be in the third episode. Kind of a little reference. The source of their rivalry now is not because Gibbs is like he still thinks Gibbs is perfect. It mainly stems from Bugsy, hating that Lena's with him because he knows what he is kind of unsure about Lena and Gibbs' relationship, so he's gonna kind of freak out in this one, in the next one, which will be part 3. He's gonna freak out and be like, "Okay, you what? You guys are. Let me just wrap my head around this. You guys are dating? Ugh." I kind of wanted to add that because, come on, folks. I like a little bit of uncomfortableness between characters because it, to me, is what makes it funny. Sorry, got a little bit of a gas bubble lodged in there, but okay. Now let's get to the swords themselves. Okay. Originally, and actually it still does, the demon sword actually does talk to Bugsy, but you guys think maybe, the sword will talk like this and have Bugsy killed random things. No, when the sword actually talks to Bugsy, since he's good, since he's like the, purest person that could ever technically hold the sword pretty much talks to him in kind of like an angelic soft tone, and talks to him from time to time and tells him what he needs to do and how can he get how can he get stronger to fight this and this and this. Originally, the sword does talk to Bugsy in the first saga, but I kind of wanted to not have that in there for now, and kind of use it in a later saga where it actually becomes relevant that the sword talks to him. Now, the sword can be used for good or evil, and depending on how evil a person is, depends on what the sword will do. If you're only a little evil, it will burn you. It will burn you so you can't hold it. But if you're like super, truly, just true blue evil, it will hold on to you. If you're evil enough, you'll be able to use it. But if you're not, well, it sucks your energy out from you. Like, you're just weakened. It just sucks the energy out from you. But if you're really evil, you can use it. But the sword only chose one owner, and that was Bugsy. So, it probably would just burn the one that's truly evil. Or kill him. By making him stab himself. Yeah, I know, it's weird. But yeah, that's how it goes. Now going to Gibbs' sword. I don't know if I ever mentioned it, but one of you guys, like on the fan mail, was like, "What about Gibbs' sword? Shouldn't that be worth mentioning?" And I will mention it to you guys. The sword of obliteration, it's the same, but it talks to Gibbs, and either tells it to try to destroy the world. Yes, this sword is truly kind of evil. I don't know. It's probably because I haven't really thought about it, but it's probably when I think about it, I made that other sword. It kind of reflects the darkness that's within Gibbs. So the sword pretty much reflects the hidden evil he has inside of him. So there's that. When the sword, but here's the catch: if Bugsy ever did fight Gibbs, he'd have to do it without his sword, because the swords were made to either help or hurt people. But when these two are together and they join, when Bugsy or Gibbs are fighting each other, they actually can't. When they try and do it, this right here, like it goes none, nothing, not even a ting or none. Nothing happens, so they can't use it on each other. That was kind of a failsafe from their dad that created the two swords from the Grim Reaper. They can't hurt each other. So if Bugsy and Gibbs were to fight, and I'm not saying they are, they won't, as far as you know. they'd probably have to fight with spells, since Bugsy kind of is versed in the world of spells, or they'd have to fight hand to hand. So, you know, pretty much there's that. And the relationship and Sakamaru's love interest. I don't know if she'll be appearing in the next, like, the following parts to come for the DC saga, but somewhere close. But I think the third one should just, like, kind of reflect Bugsy and Robin's friendship. I mean, Bugsy and Dick Grayson's friendship. Before when they were sidekicks, to when now they're like heroes with their own teams. So it's gonna be kind of a episode where it's gonna kind of be an episode where freaking Bugsy and because the party's still going on, really. I just want these two welcome home Bugsy in the next one, the Remembrance. Yes, I'm calling it the Remembrance. Yeah, you guys can talk about like, oh, the Remembrance it sounds stupid. Well, no, they're remembering what happened to them in the past, and they're telling everybody how everything can be. So there's that. And just wait after that, because freaking Team H's Action Adventure World Island. Yes, I say all that, and that is a mouthful. Is gonna come out after the DC saga, which is gonna roll about 10 or about 20 parts. But since there's such a big delay, I'm going to actually combine two parts that I was going to do. The one I just talked about and something else together. And actually, it's like a comic book. It's going to have like a side story. So the second thing will be like a side story, like it will deal with Sakamaru or Harima or any of the members of Team H. Okay, I think I am done here. See you guys later. This is Bugsy, and I hope this little talk has been insightful for you guys. I hope that you watch a little bit of Team H when I finally finish all of it. I'm going to actually put it all in a playlist, but not until they're all like truly done. So this is Bugsy, and I'm signing off, people. See you later, and also all hail the Bugsy. Yes, all hail the Bugsy. Yeah, going out on a creepy note. Yeah.